Greetings and welcome back to Farthest Frontier as we are going into the next year where we are right now, year 5 in midsummer. And yeah, the town is growing so far. We've also finally upgraded our town center to tier 2. So it's looking a bit better, right? Of course, tier 3 is the next goal then right away to make it even bigger. And yeah, also finally we do have a clay pit, getting clay out of this pit here. It has a maximum available resources of 1100. So that is the amount that we can get out of it. And then we need to find a new one. So it's not infinite. Perhaps we can dig deeper in the future with another tech. Who knows about that? And the clay is already coming out and being then transported, for example, to my Arborist, my next food production building that we have. Even on food, we're not so bad. 15 months of food storage we have right now, thanks to all the harvest. Look at that. Vegetables is pretty full of resources in here. And we're also making now smoked bacon or smoked meat. Definitely something very, very delicious in our smokehouse that we have then over there as well. That is just happily producing away. What a cute building! Really, what a cute building the smokehouse is. Absolutely fantastic considering all the other buildings. This one is just, it looks like a little hobbit hut that is just planted there. There's lots of smoke in there, obviously, and lots of meat for our villagers. Let's continue. We have lots of new interesting buildings, finally. I mean, I'm not accustomed to getting this building now, but in tier 2 we have the work camp. And this one allows us to continuously harvest wood and stone. We don't need to, you know, harvest areas anymore like that. Nope. We can finally build a building that is doing the job for us. Where should we place it though? This area is pretty ugly, and this building, it seems to me, is getting a desirability bonus, right? So there's this bar. So I'm not building it right in there. By the way, it might be worth looking up if the other buildings are having a bit of a dive there in productivity because of their proximity to this one here, right? To the compost yard. So it doesn't look to me like that. So they're working at 100%. That's fine for me, right? We don't need to worry about anything else here. This building, however, is being affected by that. The other buildings don't have this desirability bar. Very strange. So the work camp has it. Where should we get it? Where we have lots of wood. Okay, preferably. Up here, for example, would be lots of forest available. However, it is also really far away then from my sawmill and from my storages. We could do something. We could move these buildings just up the hill over here and build up a second industry area, right? And I think this is my go-to because this here is all going to be farmland at some point. That is my idea. There's lots of fertile area there, right? These camps are really far away there too. I mean, it is possible. We could, yeah, let's actually place it here, right? Because there is space here, and I'm going to have the farms in this area, so I still have a bit of space available there. However, it's also the hunting grounds, I think. Now, let's get it up here, right? There you go. It's too late now. I can't change it. Ever. Let's have this one. And I will, however, need to move the hunting camp. That was a bit of a mistake on my part. Let's just have it right next to the field here, so we can have a straight road going all the way up to the work camp, right? Let's also just check. We got 34 people there already. Let's go get this one up to 8 builders right now because we can afford that. And also, we should get more houses in. There we got now tier 2 house, right? It's looking much better already than the first tier. There you go. And no one is living in them yet, though we have 40 available. Housing count? I mean, there is quite a lot of people that we can fit in there, right? Yeah, so this might be a display error here by the look of it, because this house is definitely getting us 8 additional slots in it. It's completely empty. Yeah, we'll just see about that. By the way, can we upgrade any of these buildings now? No, desirability is only at 22% out of the 30%. So that was one of my other goals, that we kind of like, you know, do some magic here with ornaments. So we could start over there, right? This is all going to be another beautiful area for houses then only. And this whole thing is going to be houses only. So I could go ahead. We have 127 coin. Could go ahead with a medium garden, for example. Is immediately increasing the desirability. Do we have a large garden or something like that? A small park? A large park. Oh, that's 500 coin. That's something I absolutely don't have. But a medium garden is already doing something nice there. That we can have then just there, right? And there's more houses than here and here. And this is also getting closer to the hunting cabin then. So at some point we will need to move them. And I would like to go this way then too. Lots of construction anyway, once more. This one's already being moved. Perfect. That is happening so quickly. Love that. There you go. And we can now get this road all the way up here to the worker camp. And there's also a clay deposit over there. So this road is not only for one building. Nope, it's also for the clay pit. And as we can see, lots of berries here. So another forager could just be squeezed in perfectly fine there. Apiary, 9 more clay left before it can be built. This one here is more important to me anyway, because finally we get logs in without me having to assign it all the time, which gets a bit tedious after a while, but there is a building for that. Perfect. Next up, we do have the iron mine. I would really like to build this one. It does need... Oh, and the villager has been born. May, she's called. And she's now living in this house. There he is. Age 1. No, that's Viridian. That's someone else. There's 2 children here. That's good. The more children we have, the more school pooping later on, making babies again, more attractive. This one's done. How's it looking? Desirability is not going up. I mean, this should actually have done something. A shrub that we could still add, right? A garden trail that I would probably like to have here too. Like that. Can we have a second one, please? Somewhere like that. No, that's not possible. Then let's have 2 normal smaller ones then as well. Perhaps that does something to this block there. I would really like that. Seeing how expensive it is as well. Alright. Work camp finished. Let's assign the work area to this forest there that we have just over here. And 2 people are working in that right away. Both of them are looking extremely young. 35, that is extremely young for my average one. And 23, that's basically a toddler. A toddler chopping down the trees by comparison to the rest of my village. Perfect. I'm going to assign another one right away. I want logs. We need logs. And we can also now reduce the amount of builders again. Right? And does increase the available workers. I do think I need to build more houses. I hope there is no bug here involved with tier 2 buildings. That would be a real shame. Let's build another one here. So this is then right beside the parks. And I'm probably also going to move now the forager shack and the hunting cabin. Oh, and the firewood is low, so I should reactivate my firewood splitter, right? Getting some logs into firewood. Yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm going to move this shack here to this new found logging camp over there, right? And also this hunter, we move a bit further up here into the wilderness. It's not too far away yet, I think. Definitely would like to get them a bit further away from my core village, as it's really not looking good in there. Just relocating them. I love that feature. Every time a city builder has relocation button, I love that because it makes life so much comfortable. Now look at that, and we've also finished another wagon, because that is what we can see here now is that Hulk, the Wainwright, driving a wagon, a transporter, right, from in the village storage, and in the village storage, right, and he is now getting goods, many more goods, faster to a location, even though it doesn't look like that to me. The ones that are running are faster. Then let's just say he can carry more. I hope that's right, at least. And there it is. The Arborist camp has been finished too. We can now say the workspace or the work area is here. And we can then also say what you should plant. Do we need to plant it manually? Plant an apple tree. Oh, and this one is from September to October. This is June, August, and this is September, October again. So we got these apple trees in here. I do need to plant them myself. Right? That's interesting. Then let's just plant us a few here. There we got some apple trees. You could also do it outside of that. All around that arborist, right? And then we go ahead with the peach trees, June to August as well, so that we do have a bit of a mixture there. Here especially, and then also here. Let's just go ahead with this one. I think this is going to take quite some time anyway. Planting all these trees here now. And some pear trees just beside the apple ones. This is also for August. That we can have then in this area. Oh, 4 villagers immigrated and a new villager has been born. And as we can see, the maximum cap is being increased with that. So this is definitely a display error there. Perfect. More people. Of course, I know already that my food consumption is going up, but we're still sitting at a comfortable 20. I'm actually chopping down this tree here again, because I would like to have at least one road that goes down here. And this is just looking very good then as well, right? As this road is connecting it here. Very good. And we could then probably also have some ornaments here. Just because it looks good. A shrub. Or what is that? A small plaza? No, that we don't need. Let's go with a maple tree. Yes. Just here by the wood. By the street. Oh, we are still dangerously low on wood. Let's assign the full 4 people to that. But no, firewood is also not looking the better. And what is that cart doing here? Is it really getting now the logs from here? We can't see that. Oh yeah, we can. 12 logs. There it is. He's transporting it to the storage house, I think. Right? Over here. And as the next winter is upon us, we are dangerously low on firewood. At the moment, all of them have it. But it's looking like it's going down there a bit. Yeah, look at that. I mean, these houses are here now. So temporarily sheltered. Right, I think this is actually really just a shelter. Temporary shelter. This is not a living house like this one here. Interesting. Really interesting, okay. Didn't know that. So we do need more normal houses then. There is this road here still. I would like to get rid of that. Yep. And then we just have instead some normal shelters again, right? So here. And probably let's also get rid of this house there again. It's not needed. We get the resources back. And we still need to kind of like increase that ornament here. So shrine, a small park, they're too expensive. Yeah, no, another medium garden that is affecting all of them here just fine. Together with... Do these also affect something here? No, they don't. Together with that once more, right? But then we have it. And then we have a little garden area here. And just around it we have then these homes. Right. This should be fine then. Even though we're then out of money, most likely. But then we can go ahead with upgrading some of them. I could do the same thing then in one of these other blocks here. So that we already have some of them. And then in this area I would like to expand, right? So we do need then a second market for this area. And for all the houses that we built here. And we do need more houses. So let's go ahead. Sorry, shrubs. Not needed any longer. And then we continue here with the roads. Up the hill then as well, slowly. Alright, winter is over again. That happens quickly, good for us. In the year 6 it is a new villager born, a new villager immigrated, so there is a bit of growth here. This one's gone, and I would also like to do something now because the village is growing a bit. In the center here, we could then go ahead with perhaps a pub or a school, because these new buildings are available to us now. So the pub offers entertainment and the school offers education, which boosts the work rate for villagers. So this is a pretty important building. However, it is a pretty steep price here. 50 planks and 25 clay, 100 gold. We should wait on that just a little longer. And instead, meanwhile, build a few more houses than here too. Just beside the market then. As my village is growing towards this area and this area. And I guess we will also need to cut down some stone there as well. And also the apiary should start its working now. So Betra, she's working on that now. And June, August will be then the first trees. They're already growing here. Can I say I really love my farm there, by the way? Looking good. Also, we have now just some field work today, increasing the soil quality. So the peas have then a very good quality then already, right? That would be the goal here for my next harvest. And I could then go ahead and get us another field out there, because my food consumption will definitely go up with all these additional people now living here. So another field on that side is probably a good idea. Now, I'm going to be realistic. I'm not going to plant a fence on that side. And I want to see how the game handles that, because I don't think that this is really necessary. Right, so we're going ahead and have another field then, like so. I guess that's the best option that we have in that area, right? So let's go ahead. Same size. Closer to the village then. And we can then have also a fence that just continues from this fence on, right? And goes then all the way here. And there's probably then the entrance for this somewhere here. And then the fence continues up there again. This is looking good. I think this is going to work out. And then we have room here for more buildings. And yeah, there's also some system coming in then here, right? So we can see some structures already that we can then enact over there. Just fine. There is a building now that's upgradable by the looks of it. And of course, I want to do this. What I need to do now, I think the only thing that I can do is enable the automatic upgrading again. So this one here, there you go, is starting its upgrading process now. Becoming a better building overall. And very good, there's another house popping up. We also have more and more villages that have some diseases or fractured bone. This is something you cannot mend anymore with just herbs, so you do need a healer hut. Lucky for us, we do have this building now available, I think, in these services. And there it is, the healer hut. Treats sick or injured villagers, saving their lives or reducing the time it takes for them to recover. There's also now our upgraded building. Yeah, and that's looking a bit better than the previous shelters. It even got its own chimney up there, instead of the smoke just coming out of the roof. So there's a new building. A little garden is with it too. Lovely details overall. Fantastic. And what does this new building now desire? We do need now candles for this one and pottery. Also, we do need to increase the desirability of the area. Now, desirability, by the way, is not only increased by decorations, but also by something, for example, like a pub or a school. So if I build the school, as we can see, desirability of all of these buildings is going up by 10%, which is quite a lot in my opinion. So that is probably the goal here. And I would probably like to have the school then somewhere here or somewhere here, where we have then lots of buildings in its surroundings. So I guess over there might be a good location for a school once I can afford it. But the healer house has priority. And also the healer house is increasing desirability. And I think the healer hut, or the healer hut, is exactly the size of one normal building, right? Yes, it is. I might, because I want to reach all of these people there, I might... Oh, or I could also have it just behind the town center. Yeah, somewhere over there, I guess, right? So that we have then some service buildings here behind the town center. That should be fine. So let's go ahead and have... Because the range is looking good. And then we just have some of those. I'm going to get rid of this road there. Right, and behind the town center we do have then the school and the healer hut. I'm also going to relocate the storehouse a bit further over here, so closer to the other industry. And this area we can then use for some service buildings and whatnot. This area, they have also moved the house now to that area, because since the school and the healer house area are not that big, right, the radius, I'm going to have one for this whole district, and then we're going to have those buildings for this whole district, because it's a bit stretched right now. I do need to make sure that we, you know, make this one a bit more special. So I'm going to have now the healer hut then right here beside all these people, and we're probably going to move a few more of them then, as I do need to continue making room for service buildings and stuff like that. But thanks to the relocation, we don't need to worry about placement too much right away. We can always get rid of these things, and it doesn't really cost us that much as well. 4 more villagers immigrated and a new villager was born. We are sitting at 55 now. This is growing rather quickly now. How many do we have there available now? 11 unemployed people, right? Wait a second, I'm going to assign a few of them right away to builders, because we do have lots of building to do. This farm here is taking quite some time. I'm also over here flattening the terrain a bit, but I think it's done now. Can we not build more? Yes, we can build now all the way over here, because this was not possible before. I want to make this a bit bigger here, this district then overall. And then we have the school that we can have then finally for this area, right? And for the school, let's place it a bit further over here, so we do have then a nice entrance for the school, and perhaps also a fence around it, because I think this makes a bit more sense for this building. So there it is then, but it's still way too expensive. I do need to wait. However, the healer hut has been finished. Very good. There we have now the doctor sitting, and the doctor is then helping all these people that are sick. I'm building it over here. It would make probably more sense to have it here, because then it's also closer to my industry, but it doesn't do anything for industry. It does, however, increase desirability for my people here. And I think this is more worth it than having it closer to the workers, right? The workers live here anyway. This one is lacking water, so we do have a well over there though. Does it have water? It has 225 water in store. Now it's gone. Perfect. Right. I might also then consider relocating the market building more into this area, as we are having, of course, more and more of these houses than over here now, right, before I continue expansion to the other side. Alright, I do need to have the road then here and here. Very good. It's actually making a curved road. That is fine. And this cart here, my founder card, let's also move this one down to the industry zone there a bit more, getting us a bit more space here. There's a pub. The pub might actually be pretty good here, to be honest, because it is then between the workers and the people, so when the people are on their way home from work, they can go to the pub, right, and just have a drink or two there. And this has actually a nice range though, right, so it would be perfect either here, then it would actually affect all of them, right, by up to 10%. On top of that. And if I have it here, yeah, it would actually also affect almost all of them. Let's have the pub there. There is this garden trail that I'm going to move. Right, and then there is this, is that a bush? A cedar tree. Let's harvest that for some logs. And then I can place the pub then right here into this corner there. Yeah, logs we have now plenty of. Thanks to my working cap, right? And the next field is ready to use. This one here. And we can once again now decide on the crops. So for example, I go with the carrots. That's not looking really good. Once again, we need to decide then what the best crop is for what we want to go here with. This is looking better. So there's some cabbage. But this year is over now anyway. In 1 year, I might do cabbage only. In another year, I'm going with some wheat. So we should work first, and then we have the wheat. And in the 3rd year, I'm doing, turnips. That's not good. Flax. Also not really good. Peas. Peas is looking better. We might do 2 pea rounds. And 1 worker in between. Let's just see if this one works out then too. So far so good. New buildings coming along, and also we got now a healer in the village. Stay tuned.